What's up, you guys? Craft Farms here, and welcome back to another video. So today, we're gonna be doing a video on the pickup that I've been asked to do. So I'm out here for a specific reason. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple things out here, involving, if I can find it in my hoodie pocket, involving super glue. So I guess first we'll start off, we'll talk about what it is. I've got a 2009 Chevy Silverado half-ton. Right now I am at, let's see here. Shut that stereo off. Okay. I'm at 135,743 miles. When I bought this on March 25th, 2018, I bought this on my 18th birthday. When I bought it, it had 95,000 on it. So I have put on 40,000 miles in the last almost 2 years. We are only on February, so still got another month to go. Probably another 1,000 miles. Yeah, it's four-wheel drive. It's a crew cab, regular box, just regular 6.5 foot box. Did I say crew cab? It's an extended cab. I don't know if I said that now. I'm a little fucked up now. Anyway, it's an extended cab, so it's got the doors on it, as you can see there. Except most vehicles, most extended cabs that are out there, the door stops there. Mine does not. Mine actually goes all the way around. Mine, I'll show you here. Mine can go all the way back. That's one thing I like about this truck. So when I bought it, I had all this camo. There's camo here, there's camo over there. There's camo up on this, and then both of the bow ties are camouflage as well. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking all this camo out. Not today, but I will be taking it out eventually. But I'm going to be taking all of this camo out and replacing it. In fact, the camo I'm going to be using is in the bag. So all that is on here is this duct tape. That's all it is. But I'm going to be changing it because if you see, it's more of like a waterfowl camo, but this is more of a real tree. Plus, if you guys look, you can see kind of how choppy it is. You know, there's all these lines in it. I want to redo it and make it look a little better. And I'm also going to do a little bit more, actually. I want to try and take this guy out and camo this. I want to put camo around these dash pieces because they just pop out. Except it doesn't want to now, of course. But I'm going to put this camo on there, all around it. I think that's all I got in this bag. Yep. So then we'll just kind of show you guys some other stuff. If you look here, I know I've probably shown this before. I have lights under my dash. This one's a little broken, as you can see, because it's shining different colors sometimes. But I have a set of lights on the passenger side and a set of lights on the driver's side. Well, I have two, let's see if I can fold this seat up here a little bit. I have two dual 10-inch subs in boxes. They're just from Walmart. They're the ones with the built-in amp. As you can see, I have a set of lights on here. As you can see, they're coming off. I just used the adhesive that's on them. And with having a kiddo on that side, she kicked the lights off on the other sub box. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these lights and I'm going to be super gluing them kind of on top of the box a little bit more. So that's what we're going to be doing. I guess I'll show you guys some other stuff on the truck here. So one thing I plan on doing, well, first let's talk about what I've done. Since I've owned this, all I've done was I put mud flaps on it. There were two back here. But I walked out of work one day and I was missing the one on that side, and then the other one was coming off anyways. So up in that box up there, I have 2 new ones for the rear. In here I have a K&N cold air intake. I would like to put this on. I just got to buy a filter for it. I believe that this is for my truck. That's the other thing too. Before I even buy filters, I need to see if it's for my truck. It fits on similar styles, so we'll see, I guess. Yeah, the mud flaps are really all I've done. I had to replace that wheel bearing, this outer CV boot as well. I've put new brake pads on it, and I've replaced this caliper. And that's really all that I've done. I'm going to go ahead and hop in here to talk about what I plan on doing to this truck. First off, let's show you guys. This right here is my steering wheel when I'm driving straight. So you can tell it's out of alignment. Well, it just got aligned after the 4th of July last year. But the company that did it is junk. So I actually, just this morning, I just got home a little bit ago. I had to run up to the Chevy dealership where I used to work, where I bought this pickup from. And on the 27th of February, that afternoon, this pickup will be going up there to get an alignment and get the tires rebalanced, because that company also balanced my tires, because I had new tires put on when it got aligned at this other place. And I don't trust their balance. Plus, if I'm realigning it, I want to get them rebalanced anyways. So might as well get that done. The other stuff that I have to get done is I need to replace. So when I did brakes, I did them last fall when I was still working for that farmer. I went to go leave for the day to go to work, to drive down there. And I'm backing out of my parking spot, and my brakes lock up. Somehow I managed to lose on the driver's side. So if I point this way, that's driver's side. If I point that way, passenger side. The driver's side outer brake pad, no, the inner brake pad was somehow missing. It was not there. So the pistons on the caliper pushed all the way out, and they were scraping on my rotor. Thankfully, they didn't do too much damage. My rotors are still good. They are kind of grooved on both sides, both drivers and the passenger. They're a little bit grooved. And so I replaced the brake pads and that caliper. What I plan on doing now is replacing the caliper on that side, on the passenger side, and replacing the rotors on both sides. Now, this has front disc brakes and rear drum brakes. The drums I've not been able to get off yet, because drum brakes, it seems like if you don't touch them for 6 months, they never want to come off. I've learned that a lot on a lot of different vehicles. So, what I'm going to be doing, I'm waiting on my tax money to come in. Going to pay some bills, see what kind of parts I can buy for this. Plus, I have some aftermarket accessories I want to buy, which I will tell you guys that in a little bit. But once I buy the parts that I need to replace, I'm taking this pickup up to my dad's garage. He has a heated garage. I'm going to take this up there, and we're going to work on it together and get some of this stuff done. So, we have the 2 rotors in the front and the caliper on the passenger side. At one point when I had this on a hoist, I noticed that there's some grease on the outer CV boot on the passenger front side. I haven't looked under there yet again to see if it's torn, but I'm probably just going to go ahead and replace that thing either way, because I have had the driver's side outer CV boot replaced, because last fall, or last spring I think it was actually, it tore and I had grease everywhere under there. It was just a disaster. So that one got replaced for warranty. So that, might as well replace the other side, right? And I was looking at the part. It's only $20 some. It's not a super expensive part. Might as well just get her done. Moving to the back. Like I was talking about the drums. So when I have this up there, I want to try and get the drums off. I want to sit and pound on them, try and get them off, and see if I need rear brake shoes or rear drums. Honestly, if I need shoes in the back, I'm replacing the brake drum anyways. Might as well. The drums I found for like 2 of them, it's like $175. Shoes, it's like 50 some bucks. I don't remember. I have it in my notes, but I can't go to my notes because then it'll stop this video. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut them lights off. But yeah, so that's what I plan on doing there. I have wheel spacers. In fact, they're right here. Here is one of them. They are 1.5-inch wheel spacers. I want to throw them on here. Just stance my wheels out just a little bit. The rims that are on this pickup came with this pickup. I didn't do that. I didn't do the camo. And I didn't do the muffler on this. But I can't show you guys how the muffler sounds because I cut the muffler off. I cut at the end of the catalytic converter back to about the back of the cab. And I will show you guys that. I have my key fob here, so I'll go out around the back and we'll do a remote start. And I'll show you guys how it sounds. Back to what I plan on doing on this. So we got the rotors, we got all that brake stuff. Now, I also have those 2 mud flaps in the box, which will be going on. I have to get some self-tapping screws for those, because that's what I'm going to use to put them in. The reason that I lost the one is when I had these put on at Pucklich, or the Chevy dealership, excuse me, when they got put on, what they do, they drill a hole through the fender wells, where they put them, and then they put a little clip on there which has threads in it. And then it's just a screw that screws into it. Well, they can kind of wiggle loose after a time, and then that clip can just pop off, which is what happened to both of my rear mud flaps. And on the one, I ended up putting a self-tapping screw in there, but somehow lost it. Actually, no, it was on the one that was still there. That's the one that had the self-tapping screw on. But what I plan on doing is I'm either going to use self-tapping screws and drill them in, or I'm going to just use these holes that are on here, and I'm just going to buy some nuts and bolts, and I'm going to double nut it and tighten those fuckers down as tight as I can get them. That's probably what I'm going to do. But moving on, I want to get exhaust done on this. I want to get true dual straight pipes. That's going to be about a $450 project, but it's going to sound badass. In saying that, another thing I want to do is I want to get it cammed. And I want to have it loped, and I want it to sound like the old square bodies. That's what I want to do there. So, yeah. Another thing that I did to it is we put a Kenwood KDC BT35OU stereo in here. Has Bluetooth, it has USB, it has aux, and all that. It has CD, that's why I chose this one. I want to get rid of this stereo eventually, and I want to put a touchscreen stereo in here. But for now, this is the stereo that's staying. Let's see, what else? Oh, another thing. I'll grab this. Whoops, I just tore the box. So, we have these pod lights. These are... Doesn't even say on the box, does it? These are, I believe, 6-inch pods. Because I was looking at 3-inch and they were just a little square. These are 6-inch pods. What I have these for is I have them in replace of the fog lights. The stock fog light pods, or the cases, they got filled with sand and water from being down at the desert in the sand and mudding. So they were junk, and my bulbs had burned out. They had burned out a long time ago, and I just never bought new ones because the bulbs that were in here are $65 bulbs. So I just never went and spent that money on those bulbs. So I put these pods in there instead. Now, 3 days after putting them in here, one of them burned out, and I finally just now got more. So that's another thing that'll be getting done when I take it to my dad's. So I'm probably just going to replace the one that burnt out, and then I'll have one backup as a spare in case either of the other ones go out. I have them hardwired directly into my fog lights, which when I go out and show you guys some stuff on the outside, I will show you guys those. I'll turn them on and you guys can see the one that works, and then I'll show you guys the headlights and whatnot as well. But yeah, so like I was saying, I want to get it cammed in the future, have it loped, make it sound like an old square body with the true dual straight pipes and then that cam. I think that'd be pretty freaking sweet. I do have a tow haul package in this. It has a 3/4 ton rear end in it, but the suspension in the rear end is still a 1/2 ton suspension, I believe. What I want to do someday in the future, because I would like to put a gooseneck in this. Yes, I know, gooseneck and a 1/2 ton. Are you nuts? No. I'm not going to be going up to our farm, hooking onto our 40-some foot cattle trailer and loading it full of cattle and pulling it with this pickup. That's not the kind of gooseneck work I plan on doing. See, I have had buddies in the past where their vehicles break down. I don't personally have a trailer. My dad doesn't have a trailer here. The closest trailer that my dad has is 3.5 hours away at the farm. Now, I'm not going to drive 6-7 hours just to go get a trailer and come back just to use it for maybe an hour. There's no point in that. A lot of my friends around town, they have car trailers, but they're all goosenecks. That's the reason I want to get a gooseneck in here, is just to pull a car gooseneck flatbed, just to haul a vehicle when I need to use a trailer and all I can find is a gooseneck. I did haul a 1994 Ford F-150. If you guys remember my old pickup, just like that, just it was an extended cab, so it was just a little bit longer. But it was just like my old truck. I hauled that with this. This thing hauled it just fine. It did squat pretty damn low. That's why I want to get airbags in the back. There's a company, they just opened up, and they have airbag suspension, and that's what I want to get in here. My dad used to have a Dodge, let's see, I don't remember if it was on his Cummins that he had, but he had a newer Dodge. I think it was like a 2014 Dodge. It was a gas pickup, and on that pickup there was a button. You press the button and it kind of drops the back end a little bit to make hooking up goosenecks and bumper pull trailers a little bit easier. And then you press the button again and it would kind of raise it up a little bit, so that way it would ride a little better. Now, I don't know if this setup's that same way, but it is airbags for the back, and I want to put those on so that way you can just pump the airbags up and it'll ride a little bit higher. It won't quite squat quite so badly. Instead of being like this, like mine was, it might be maybe more up in here. Another thing I want to get done is I want to buy headlights, tail lights, third brake light, cab lights, new mirrors, a new antenna, as well as I want to get colored dome lights, because as you guys see, they're just the regular stock color. I want to get blue. I want to go with a LED blue light in here. You guys saw I already got the lights in here. I might as well make those lights colored too. Let's see what else. Mirrors. Still got the stock mirrors. If I press to fold in, that one folds. That one does not. Don't know why. It irritates the ever-living hell out of me. But I want to replace these mirrors anyways. I plan on going with the tow mirrors off of the 2014 style the 2014 style Duramaxes. So I want to get that tow mirror. They're going to have smoked lights. I will link you guys to all of the parts that I plan on putting on this. You guys can go see those parts down below. That, or I might make a video. Would you guys rather me make a video on a bunch of the parts that I plan on putting on here? Comment down below. Let me know. Yeah, so plan on getting tow mirrors on this. I know some people don't think that half tons tow mirrors, that looks retarded. I don't care. I'm going to build my truck to be how I want. That's one thing that kind of pisses me off that people do, is people are like, oh, this is stupid, you should on this. Go ahead, on your truck. This is my truck, I'm going to do what I want. But I'm going to get smoked headlights, smoked taillights, smoked third brake light. I want to put cab lights on this pickup. Those are also going to be smoked. I plan on getting a camouflage bullet antenna. I'm also getting the window visors on here because I smoke, and in the rain, when you have the window, you have to have it cracked that little bit to not get rain inside, and sometimes it still does. So I want to be able to have my window cracked about there and not have rain coming inside. Actually, I'm going to leave that cracked because while I finish talking to you guys about some stuff, I'm going to go ahead and have a cigarette. Kids, if you don't smoke, don't smoke. But yeah. My lighter's actually already in my pickup. Another thing I plan on doing is I plan on putting little lights in the box of the pickup. That way, because I have a tonneau cover on my pickup. So if it's dark out, if you open the tonneau cover, it gets a little bit more light in there, but not a whole lot. So you got to use a light. Well, if you're trying to dig for something, you have to hold your phone with the flashlight in one hand and you're trying to dig with the other hand. It gets to be a pain in the ass. So I want to put lights back there. They're not going to be colored lights like the rest of the pickup. They're just going to be regular white LED lights. Now, I'm not sure if I want to wire them into my dome lights. So where if I turn the knob, turn the dome lights on, it turns the box lights on. Or if I want to wire them into a separate switch, like what I have right up here for my light bar. And yes, I do have a light bar in this pickup. I will show you guys that as well when I go out. But yeah, I'm going to put bed lights in here. Another thing I plan on doing is I want to get seat covers for the back. I have seat covers on the front. Here's mine. I have a buck on mine and then the real tree. And then future Mrs. Craft Farms, she's got the blue real tree. So we each have a different one for our seat. And then I want to get one for in the back. Not sure what I want to get for the back seat cover yet. Haven't really actually looked, but I do plan on getting a seat cover for back there as well. Yes, as she just said, the 5-year-old, the little one that rides in that seat back there, likes to spill things. That actually is what happened to one of my subs. On the passenger side, I had a sub on there to begin with. I didn't have the one behind me that I showed you guys. I just had the one under the passenger side. Well, I had to replace that one. That one got blown because she and another little kid that we had with were playing with an open bottle of pop in the back seat, ended up spilling, and it got all over that sub. I was pissed, but they're kids, can't get too pissed. So I bought the one that's under my seat, under the seat behind me, and then I just recently bought the one on the other side, so now I'm running 2 10s. Eventually, my uncle owns an audio shop in town, so I'm going to be talking to him. I want to price out to get the sub box that is fitted for under the seat. I want to get the fitted box for under the seat, and I want to get 2 12s and run that setup. And then the amp and everything. I talked to an automotive shop. It's called Automotive Addictions. I talked to them. They quoted me for the sub box, the 2 12s, the amp that was needed for that, all the wiring and all the labor. It was like $1,200 or something like that. I also talked to this shop to see if they'd put cab lights on. They don't want to do it. So I think that I will end up having to be the one to do it, which, if you guys remember, I installed them on my 94. That was a lot easier. It was pull the headliner out, put them on. Never messed with a pickup this new. So that's going to be a learning experience. I know it's doable. I've seen it done. I just don't know how. So it's going to be probably a lot of looking on YouTube to see if I can find videos of people doing it and follow their videos. I think that that's about it. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn the fog lights and we'll turn the light bar on. And we'll go ahead and we'll hop out and we'll show you guys the lights that I'm talking about. So we've got, this is the one that works. So I'll show you guys this one. They're just 2 pods. They're in place of the fog lights. So this is the one that works. If you guys look back here, you can see the wire nuts on the wires. When I go and do the other one, I'm going to wire nut this in. On the other side, I'm going to take these ones off, and I'm going to make sure the wires are clean. Clean them off, and then I'm going to put this over it, and then I'm going to wrap it in electrical tape to kind of seal it. I kind of wonder if that's not what happened on the other side, that something got in there and it kind of shorted it out and burned that out. As you can see, I have this zip tied back here because it's just a rubber boot, but we cut it in half to slip it on after bolting it down. And then we've got the light bar. We've got a 22-inch light bar in the bumper, so that really lights it up. And then we have halogen low beams. There's also halogen high beams in here as well. If you guys look, you can see that this is peeling. That is because the last owner just rattle canned over top of, as you can see, the chrome. What I want to do is I want to take this bumper piece off, take the grill off as well, and I want to take them in, have the chrome taken off, and have them color matched, so that way it is completely blacked out. This bow tie is getting redone. I do have a few dents to fix. I punched that one and that one. Long story, don't ask. And then I have a big one back here, which is the main one. This one needs to get pulled out. This one, I was stuck one winter and I was kind of near a tree. It took 2 3/4 tons, 1 diesel and a gas 3/4 ton to pull me out of that. And I think when they yanked, the back end kind of slid towards the tree, and it hit the tree a little bit, I think, and it dented it. Thankfully, it didn't crack my taillight. As you guys can see, I've got a lot of scratches on the side of this pickup. I want to get those fixed one day as well. As you guys can see, I'm starting to rust. I talked to the Line-X place here on spraying the bed because I don't currently have a bed liner, as you see. So it's going to be about $500 to get the bed sprayed. And then what I want to do, because I want to pull these off, I want these gone, which they're starting to come off a little bit anyways, especially on the passenger side, I noticed. I want to take those off, but from right here down to the bottom of the cab, I want to have sprayed all the way across. And then I want to do a little bit around the fenders and put fender flares on. To get that done at Line-X is going to be about $1,400. That includes them spraying it. I can do however wide or thin I want. It's still going to be the same price. But that's them spraying it and also putting fender flares on there and providing the fender flares. Back here, I'm also getting different license plate lights. I just have some LED bulbs in here. But with the ones that I'm getting, instead of having this little screen here, or instead of having a bulb, I mean, there's a bunch of little LEDs in there. And that is the one that I'm going to be putting in here. And you can see this is a little messed up. Oh well. And then what I'm going to be getting for the back window, because we named this truck Black Widow when I got it, because it's all blacked out. Because I'm calling it Black Widow, we are going to be getting a sticker for the back window that says Black Widow, and it's going to go across the back window. So that's going to be kind of cool. I need to order that still, but yeah. So you guys comment down below. Let me know if you want me to do a video showing all the parts that I'm going to be getting on this for aftermarket accessories. I have them all in my Amazon cart, so it'd be pretty quick and easy to show you guys that. And then I also have like a wish list of some other parts, both on Amazon as well as Car ID. So if you guys want me to show you those as well, we can take a look around some of my parts that I want to get for this, the ones that I'm planning on buying and the ones I want to get in the future. So now let's go do a startup. So like I said, it is cut. So we're not going to stand back here where the exhaust comes out. It has a, I don't even know where the muffler is exactly. Somewhere back in there. It has a Flowmaster Super 40 on it, but it no longer has that. So if we go ahead. So you can kind of see what it sounds like. That's how she sounds. Doesn't sound bad, but it'll sound a whole lot better when I get True Duals on here. So That'll sound a whole lot cooler. Plus it'll be straight piped, so it'll sound pretty good. But that is all I have for you guys. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video of the pickup. And when I do the work on the pickup, because when I get my tax money, I want to look at getting another GoPro. So if I do, I will definitely be filming when me and my dad do the work to this that I want to get done. And even if I don't, I might try and record some, but it may not be the whole thing, because if I get a GoPro, I'll record the whole thing and just time-lapse it and then overlay some music. Maybe have a few parts in there where the time-lapse stops and I do some talking. We'll see what happens there. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you guys keep an eye out. The video for today on Midwest Horizons should be out. Oh, what time is it, hon? It's just coming up on 2 o'clock, so another 2 hours at 4 o'clock. That video will be live, so make sure you guys go check that out. And yeah, as I said, comment down below if you want to see the video of all the parts that'll be going on this pickup, and I can go ahead and make that video for y'all. So that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. I know I've gotten a few people asking, so here's that video for you guys. And I hope everybody enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys in the next video.